In this video, guys, we're going to look at eliminating that one big losing trade. Hey traders, a very warm welcome to you. Okay, so I know that for a lot of you watching, this is a problem. And I also know that if you fix it, you will see massive results, a massive improvement, should I say, in your results. Okay, that is eliminating that one big loser. Let me qualify that statement. Now, if you're day trading, that's going to be that one big losing day or one big losing trade. If you're swing trading, it might be a one big losing trade. It's one chunk of trades if you want to reach for a small time frame, or one trade, but it's something that's just so unusual compared to the rest of them that if you eliminated that, it would make a massive difference to your bottom line at the end of the month, the end of the quarter, the end of the year. Okay, so look at these two equity curves, right? These are two equity curves, and actually these are kind of the equity curves that I had when I was starting out as a trader. I would do this. So I've got the zero line here, so this is your account balance here, and this is kind of number of weeks along the bottom. So you'd start out and you kind of make a little bit of money, you'd have a good week. Then I'd have a big loser that would not only undo all of my good work, but put me into a negative position. And then I kind of claw my way back and I make some great trades, a sequence of good trades that would work very well. And I'd get back to where I was, my previous account high, or almost there. Then I'd have a big loser again, a big loser that kind of dipped me probably below the low I was before. And then I'd try and climb back up and have a big loser. Then I'd get frustrated with it. And then I'd have big loser, big loser, big loser, as I was just trying to get back to the last place I was. Then I would take stock of the situation. I'd go, you know what, I've lost so much here. This is such bad performance. A few trades have ruined it. Let me refocus. Then I'd work extra hard. I'd do the right things. I'd kind of claw my way back over a period of multiple weeks. And I'd get to this point here. And then I'd say, okay, I'm doing really well. And then I would, for whatever reason, I'd have a couple of big losers. So I would stagnate kind of where I was multiple weeks ago, and I'd be frustrated, like, hey, I've done all this work and I'm only back to where I was. I've made no money, basically. I've been negative, I've been positive. And then I'd have the same kind of cycle of making good money, losing, good money, losing. And that would repeat itself. And ultimately, what would happen is eventually I'd kind of have a couple of bad losers that would take me down to here, and I'd reset it. And this process would go from kind of the beginning of my trading for a reasonable amount of time when I'm trying to get past this stage. I couldn't get past this phase of making good solid trades. This was good trading, right? These little bits here are good solid trading, multiple trades, not just lucky wins, but multiple solid good trades. But these kind of big downdrafts, these big down moves are just one bad trade or one bad day that took away a massive amount, and so damaging from a perspective of psychology and of course from financial capital. But either way you look at it, it's not good. So I implemented a strategy to eliminate the worst loser. I didn't try and eliminate all my losers. I said, listen, if I can eliminate my worst losers, like if I eliminated my top 5 losers from all this period, it would probably be, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Where would I be? And I kind of said, okay, well, I would be here. I would be in a much better place, far better place. Not only would I be profitable, but I'd have some money and it will be very good and I'd be making progress. So shift over when I made that change and I said, okay, eliminate that one big loser, and I need to do that. For me, it was a kind of, rather than one trade, it was a sequence of trades in a day, but it could be one trade for you. And so I capped the number of trades I took in a day. I was very strict on the criteria. I was very strict on my position size. So one of the things I was doing, I was taking too much size on sometimes. So I was breaking rules, but I didn't know any better. It was kind of brand new to trading. I'm just getting rolling with it. Then I changed things up, and this is how my equity curve started to look. So I would have, the similar kind of thing, good efforts. Then I would have slumps. I'd have times when things weren't working well for me. A couple of days where I'd have some drawdown, and that's fine. That's how it works in trading. You're not going to be profitable every day. You could say this is years as well for swing trading, no matter what the time frame is. And then I'd kind of make to new highs. Then I'd stagnate, and then I'd get frustrated about here. Okay, that would be where frustration was set in, and I acknowledge that. And one of the things I put in place was to say, you know what, when you feel that, stop for a week, stop for 3 days. So I would have this as what the flat line was. Rather do that than have that. You know, that's way better to sit out and then I'd come back in, I'd be refreshed, refired up, I'd have a good run, I'd have little blasts of upside where I'd really be pressing when things are right because I felt more confident, and then I'd have some downdraft, then the frustration was setting again here, so I'd take some time off here, and so on. You get the idea. So I just flip everything on its head, and just by eliminating that one big loser helped dramatically. So how do you do it? First of all, we've got to identify what's causing the big loser. Is it a lack of discipline? In my case, it was. Is it a lack of feel for the market? It shouldn't be, because the big loser should have a cap on stop. Most of the time, it's going to be a lack of discipline, i.e., hey, maybe you're sticking to your stop loss on each trade, but maybe you're overriding your stop loss intraday, which was my thing. I was sticking to my loss per trade, but maybe I was losing very, very quickly 3 or 4 trades in a row, and that would stop me out for the day, but then I'd see something else, and I didn't have the discipline at that time to not pull the trigger, and then I'd get myself into a big hole and a big mess. So if that's you, for example, it could be a variation of that, then you say to yourself, what are you going to put in place when you get to your max stop limit that just gets you off the trade, gets you out of the market, gets you not causing the damage? And so you focus on that little zone, you focus on how you feel, you focus on what the trigger is the trigger multiple losing trades in a row, is it a certain market condition that maybe gives you those multiple losing trades in a row? You do all the brainstorming around that, and you come up with the smallest thing to start to do. That could be, hey, as soon as you've had 3 losers in a row, switch off the monitor and get up. And if you can just do that, you break the cycle, and then when you're out the screen, when you're out the way, then you can start to think about, okay, I need to step out. But just doing something to stop that cycle of trade and kind of, I've got to get this back, and then revenge trading, just to kind of flick the switch, whatever that may be for you. So that's the power of eliminating the one big loser. I think it's one of the things that's very, very common out there. And if you're watching this and you can kind of relate to it and say, hey, you know what, I do lots of good work, then I undo it one bad trade or one bad day, then, you know, give it a thumbs up so I know this is the kind of stuff that is helping you guys out. We might go into more depth on this in future videos, talking a little bit more about eliminating it, but we've done some videos where if you focus on the one problem at a time, you can really drill down and see improvements. And this is one of those kind of things. If you have that one big loser, if you're struggling with this kind of cycle and frustration and you're a good trader, but in reality one thing's kind of holding you back from being profitable, then focus on just eliminating that one loser. Forget about the next big best trade, forget about strategies, forget about setups, just do what you're doing identically, but with the addition of making some sort of action to get rid of that one losing, damaging trade or sequence of trades. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Take care. Bye-bye.